Sometimes love happens in a moment. Other times, it unfolds across lifetimes, gets buried under forgotten memories, or waits patiently for a second chance. In BL dramas, time isn't just a backdrop, it's a force, a test, and sometimes a trickster. Today, we're diving into the top 8 BL dramas that dared to stretch, twist, or rewind time. Dramas that made us believe that no matter how far apart they are, some hearts are destined to meet again. In this reincarnation-infused epic, we watch two souls collide across different lifetimes. Each encounter more tragic and beautiful than the last. What makes this drama stand out isn't just its sweeping fantasy elements, but the pain of remembering someone who doesn't remember you yet. The lovers meet again and again, but their roles shift, sometimes protector, sometimes enemy, always tethered. It asks, how many lifetimes would you wait to hold the same hand again? This show is a time-traveling daydream with a heart of gold. When Q, a student from 2023, is sent back to 1998, what begins as a comedic clash of eras slowly blooms into a tender romance. The nostalgia of the 90s isn't just aesthetic. It becomes a narrative tool, reminding us that love, even with decades between it, finds a way to bloom. Watching the characters try to balance the weight of history with the promise of the future, it's a paradox that pulls on your heart. This isn't your typical time travel story. It's emotional déjà vu disguised as everyday life. The characters feel like echoes of one another. Their relationships, romantic, familial, and tragic, all blur into a circle of repeated heartache. The minimalist direction mirrors the stillness of grief and the inevitability of cycles. One character lives in memory, another in the shadow of it. And in the middle, a love that can't escape the past no matter how hard it tries. Color Rush begins with a poetic premise. What if love was the moment your world literally came to life? For Yun-woo, a mono who sees in grayscale, everything changes when he meets Yu-han, the one person who brings color to his world. But the rush of emotion that comes with seeing in color for the first time is just the beginning. Their connection is intense, but it's also unsettling. Yu-han awakens not just vision, but desire, confusion, and vulnerability. When Yu-han disappears, Yun-woo is left with a haunting version of reality, one where color, once found, becomes a memory that hurts. The series becomes less about finding someone and more about finding oneself in the aftermath of transformation. Ultimately, Color Rush is a story about love, identity, and the way people leave imprints on us. It explores how connection can redefine our entire perception of the world, and how the absence of that connection can be just as vivid as its presence. At first glance, this might seem like a light, even chaotic rom-com. But underneath the slapstick is a quiet conversation about emotional timelines. What if you meet someone before you're ready? What if love catches you while you're still rewriting who you are? The drama doesn't use time travel, it uses emotional delay. Characters grow at different paces, and their misaligned emotional timelines create a subtle tension that's as real as any sci-fi premise. This isn't just an action romance. It's a slow, aching love story wrapped in gunfire and guarded hearts. Both leads carry heavy scars from betrayal, and love doesn't come easily. It flinches. It hides. But somehow, between the chaos, a quiet bond forms, not through grand gestures, but through stolen moments. Shared silences, cautious glances, and gentle touches that feel like small acts of bravery. The action drives the plot, but the real tension lives in the stillness. After the shootouts, when one reaches out to make sure the other is still breathing. Love becomes a form of resistance, a way of saying, I'm still here, even when the world keeps trying to tear them apart. Their connection is slow, deliberate, and deeply emotional. Every kiss, every touch isn't just about passion, it's about rewriting their pain. It's a story about learning to trust again, about finding tenderness in the ruins, and about building something real where there used to be only survival. Blooming is about perception, self-image, and the stories we tell ourselves. Through flashbacks and internal monologues, we see how past trauma shapes present behavior. Siwon remembers himself as invisible, until he meets Dawn, who sees him clearly. The drama is about rewriting your own memory with the help of someone who believes in a different version of you. It's healing in motion. It's time travel through love and self-acceptance. This series blends romance, grief, and the supernatural, all through the lens of memory. The titular ghost is not just haunting a house, but a memory, a love that was never quite finished. Every scene between the ghost and the living lead is soaked in quiet ache, like time pausing for just a moment so two people can say what they never got to say. It's not a horror story, it's a love letter to unfinished goodbyes, with time acting as the bridge between then and now. In these dramas, time bends. Memory fades and returns. Love isn't always linear. Sometimes it arrives too early, sometimes too late, and sometimes right on time. Whether through reincarnation, time slips, or emotional echoes, these stories remind us that when hearts are meant to meet, even time listens. Television, which drama from this list made you question time and fate the most? Comment below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more storytelling breakdowns from the BL universe.